Cast iron pots and pans can be a great way to increase the level of iron in the food and in your blood. Lots of studies on that. However, there are a number of factors that can really increase or decrease that level of iron going into the food and then subsequently into you, which I'll mention in just a moment. The studies have primarily been done in developing countries with severe low levels of iron and anemia throughout the whole population, but in particular in kids. And the studies have primarily been done on kids, and they've shown an increase in heme iron, an increase in hemoglobin, an increase in ferritin in all the different types of studies done. The best one was where they looked at kids over a 4-month period, and they were cooking in the pots and pans, and it found that the iron content in the snacks that they were cooking literally went up by 16%. So that's a significant increase in the level of iron in the foods. And that led to, what's good about this is it looked at the blood levels, that led to an 8% increase in hemoglobin, so a win-win situation. There's also been a review where they looked at 13 studies, and it overwhelmingly showed a 30% drop in the level of anemia in the population over a 3, 4, 6-month period, because of different studies in anemia. So again, a great contribution to iron in these kids. There's only a couple of studies on women, and they have again shown a significant increase in hemoglobin as a result of using cast iron pots. The only problem with cast iron pots is, geez, they're heavy. I tell you, my daughter uses them all the time and she swears by them, but I'm glad they go on the hot plate and I don't have to carry them all. Coming back to it though, there's a number of factors, and these factors are really important. The first one is contact surface. The more contact you've got with the food there, the greater the amount of iron that's going to come off the pot into the food. That sounds a little bit obvious, doesn't it? But sometimes you've got to explain that. And if you've got a liquid in there which has the greatest surface area and the greatest mobility of the iron molecules into the liquid, means you're going to get even more. So leaving here it is, putting a little bit of liquid in there, making a bit of a sauce around it, cooking the sauce up with whatever else you're cooking in there is going to increase that content through being a liquid and contact surface. Temperature is important. Cooking it at a longer, hotter heat is going to make a difference. It's going to increase it. Physical agitation, so getting a spatula or something like this and scooping it around, of course, stainless steel, is going to make a difference because it's literally going to be scooping off some of the molecules of iron. And you're going, well, that's just iron. Well, that's pretty well the same iron that you get in the supplements anyway. So the physical agitation, anything physically is going to release some of those particles. Time is another factor. So if you've got time, leave a little liquid in there, and before you cook it, and cook a little bit longer, leave it in there a bit longer. That's all going to increase the amount that goes in. Time is always going to be a factor in increasing the time, increases the iron going into the food. And the final one, and one I'm always talking about, is pH. pH is the acid levels, the acid base scale. And everyone's heard about that now. In all my YouTube videos, I talk extensively on how it determines the level of health in your body. Well, it also determines the amount of iron you get. And using something like apple cider vinegar or any vinegar, an apple sauce, a tomato sauce, anything that is slightly or a lot acidic, and the more acidic it is, for example, vinegar in this case, is going to make a difference. Wine, which has probably got a pH of around about 3.5. Vinegar's got a pH probably around about 2 or something. So that is going to dramatically increase the amount of iron going in there. So if you cook with a liquid, using a sauce that's acidic and cooking over a period of time, making sure there's physical agitation and so on, you're going to dramatically increase the amount of iron in your foods. What a great way to get an iron supplement. Now, I've got lots of other videos on how to then increase it, because getting iron into your body isn't just about the amount of iron, it's also about how your body deals with it. So check out those other videos, because you need other factors in your biology to actually help increase that iron to get your ferritin and your iron and your hemoglobin levels up.